Hey friends, Ash here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Extra Gents Scents. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new L'Homme Aromatic Touch. So this fragrance I've been looking for quite a while. Finally popped up at discounters. I think right now it's at FRAGNET for somewhere in the like mid to high 30s range. But finally got it in, been wearing it a little bit. So now it's time for kind of a first impression / review, somewhere in the middle. Because I've not had it for a really long time, but I've also worn it a few times, so whatever. In this video, like always, I'll show you guys the presentation. I'll break the fragrance down for you a little bit, let you know how it smells, and let you know whether or not you should check it out. So let's jump into it. So like I said, guys, I got this one from FRAGNET. I have a link in the description to this fragrance and the original L'Homme as well. First off, presentation. Let's check it out. Here we got the box. You have the name of the house, name of the fragrance, the size and concentration all on the front. It's a 100 ml size bottle, eau de toilette concentration. There's nothing up top, nothing on the sides, and on the back is the exact same as on the front. On the bottom, you have your ingredient information and your badge code. My badge code is super long, 03M01L274. Bottle is the exact same style as the original L'Homme, but this one is green instead of blue, and then the cap is black instead of silver. You have the name of the house on top of the cap, and on the bottom of the bottle, you have the badge code etched into the glass. The cap clicks into place, and I'll go ahead and waste a couple sprays for you guys. Let me lean way back here. Atomizer is really good, and I'm talking in a cloud of fragrance right now. Actually, I haven't smelled this off a tester strip yet, just off skin. I wonder if it's different. Yeah, a bit. A little bit sweeter off a tester strip. Okay, so L'Homme Aromatic Touch. How is it? Is it as good as the original L'Homme? Because the original L'Homme is actually, in my opinion, one of the best inexpensive designer blue fragrance buys on the market right now. From discounters, doesn't cost all that much, really versatile, nice compliment puller, good performance, smells nice, a lot to like about it. And the presentation is pretty good too. I mean, I kind of dig this bottle, dig the look. Well, let's jump into how Aromatic Touch smells first, and then we'll talk about it in comparison to the original. Just did some kind of like wax on, wax off thing. Wax off. Ugh. When you first spray Aromatic Touch on your skin, you get a little pop of fruitiness, just this little burst of tart apple and pineapple, a little more apple than pineapple, but you can pick it up vaguely in the background. Don't know why I feel like I have to say it, but no, nothing to do with the Ventus. Again, I don't know why I have to say it, but pineapple, no, it's just no. So you get this fruity pop in the opening. It smells pretty pleasant. It does have a slight aromatic touch to it, which you would expect because that's the name of the frickin' fragrance, Aromatic Touch. A little bit green, slightly herbal. You might say that it smells a little bit synthetic as those fruits dry down and kind of die away, but I don't mean that in a negative way. It just doesn't smell maybe like an overly natural sort of aromatic feel, if that makes any sense, but still pleasant. You pick up ambroxan pretty early on, and it has a slight, very slight incense feel to it, but it's more like ambroxan scents. Like those two kind of notes or ideas are married together in the fragrance, leaning more toward the ambroxan side of things. Patchouli is here as a note, but it doesn't come across like actual patchouli. You're not going to find any earthiness in here. You're not going to have any of that richness, that deepness from that note. So it comes across more like a clear wood, akigala wood type of patchouli. So essentially like you strip away anything that gives the patchouli a lot of character, and you're left with kind of like a modern, clean, woody take on patchouli. That's how it comes across in here, and that melts together with that ambroxan scent kind of vibe right away. I say right away, but really it's once that fruit kind of dissipates, which is, to be fair, pretty early on. Maybe you can pick out remnants from that pineapple, from that apple as the fragrance hits the mid, but really it kind of hits you at once, and then as soon as it hits you, it starts to Got a little bit of sweetness as it works through the mid into the dry down, and then it does focus more modern woodiness in the base. So it's got, I think, sandalwood, cedar, but really, like I said, it's like this clear wood ambrox incense kind of vibe going on. The faintest little bit of that olibanum though, not a whole ton. In the opening and through the first part of the mid, it smells more like its own thing, but once it starts working through the mid and starts heading toward the dry down, it starts smelling a lot more similar to another fragrance that I own that's also very inexpensive, and that fragrance is Linsumi from Lalique. As I said, it's not a one-to-one with Linsumi, but Aromatic Touch, as it dries through the mid, does start to creep pretty close to this one. I would say between the two, and they're both inexpensive at this point, but the Lalique is a little bit cheaper. Between the two, I think I actually like Linsumi a little bit more. There's a little more sweetness in Linsumi from this boozy rum that it has, but I think overall, when you factor in the presentation and just the quality of the scent, how it comes across, I think this is actually a little bit nicer. Not that Aromatic Touch smells bad, because it doesn't. It still smells really pleasant, very easy to wear. But Aromatic Touch is, for me, one of those fragrances that's good, but it's not great. There are parts of the fragrance that I like, and there are other parts of the fragrance that when I smell them, I think, it's kind of forgettable. Aromatic Touch, to me, is one of those fragrances that comes across good, but not great. It's missing something to kind of take it up to the next level. You'll probably like the fragrance when you smell it. You may not be in love with it. You may not think it's amazing, but you'll probably like it. Most people will like it. The more I think about it, the name kind of hits it right on the nose. Aromatic Touch. You know, they're not really going all that far in that direction. It does have a little bit of an aromatic herbal feel as it dries down, even if in the note breakdown, it doesn't really have all that much to look for as far as aromatics go. Geranium and then a clear wood type patchouli. But yeah, it's just an aromatic touch. They didn't go too far. They gave you just a little fresh green around the edges, and outside of that, you're essentially looking at a bit of an apple forward, pineapple in the background, fruit opening with a really, really faint hint of incense, like really faint, and then ambroxan with additional woody nuances that really is just kind of like stripped away woody notes. Not bad smelling at all, just not great. And when I compare it to the original Loam, I think the original Loam is better. I think the original Loam will work better for more people for what it's trying to do. I think it's going to be better at pulling compliments, which is probably what people are looking for when they're buying blue style fragrances, looking for that versatility. I think that one's the better buy. So the original Loam is probably what I would end up recommending to like 9 out of 10 people if it came down to that one versus this one. You know, the only one this might work better for is people that are very adamant that they want a little bit of a fresh green feel to their fragrance. But I think between the two, the original is more memorable than this one also, and just, like I said, better overall. In terms of performance, this one's not too bad. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad. Lasts on my skin about 6-7 hours, so I can't complain about that. In terms of projection, it's more average, but for a fresh style fragrance, it's fine. It gets the job done. Leans more toward daytime use than nighttime use, more of a spring fragrance over any other season, but also better during summer than fall and winter, I'd say. Age range wise, about anybody. I mean, even though it has that aromatic touch, it doesn't lean toward being more mature, but at the same time, it's not overly youthful either. So it's really wide as far as the age range and type of person that could use the fragrance. And in terms of where you'd wear it, I mean, just about anywhere you want. But again, like I said, more of a daytime fragrance. So I guess more casual situations, office situations. Could probably wear it to the gym, but I think that the original Loam is better than this one for that situation. So there we go, Loam Aromatic Touch. It's solid, it's good. Overall, it's probably the type of fragrance that I'd give like a 3.5, 3.75 out of 5, something like that, because it's not all that expensive. Presentation is nice, the quality is good. It's just the original Loam is better, and it smells a bit similar once it gets past that opening to Linsumi, which is cheaper, and I think overall for me is a little bit nicer. That being said, one other quick thing that I should mention here, Linsumi for me, does come across a little bit more mature. So if you're like a teenager and you're looking for a fragrance, then this is going to work better for you than this, I'd say. But the original alone will work better than this also, so whatever. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for hanging with me here today and having me just run through this fragrance really quickly for you. I wanted to do this one because I've been on a roll doing green fragrances, so it just kind of fit in. I think the next one we'll do won't be green. All right, thank you for hanging with me. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there. I'll see you again another day with another video. See you guys.